Everybody, I'm very happy to have on the line trainer, manager, Peter Sims. How are you, mate?
I'm good, Adam. Good.
Nice one, mate. So let's talk about last week. Big week for you. First of all, Thursday down at York Hall, the Young Guns show. Great night for all your boys. Yeah, Craig Richards out first. I had him on yesterday actually, and he's got real confidence about him. He really wants to make a statement early, it sounds like. How did you feel his performance went?
Yeah, I was really pleased with his performance. Adam, he fought a guy, James Childs, Southpaw. Been around the block, had a few fights.
Yeah.
Sort of like journaling, upsets a few people. I said to Craig before the fight, I watched a couple of his fights. They call him the Wild Child, and I said to him he's going to rush out at you the first round. Being sort of your like tall appearance and that, he'll probably come running at you. And I said just like sting him with a straight backhand, the right hand, which is the orthodox punch for the southpaw.
Yeah.
And true to it, James Charles run out for the first 10 seconds, stormed into him, and he's got such a long reach. He's 6'3", big super middle, and he caught him with a straight right hand, and I think he shocked James Charles a bit. Then he rushed him again, he pivoted off on his foot, caught with a right uppercut, and he done some serious damage to Charles's eye.
Yeah.
With another couple more shots, and Charles took a knee. As I see, it went back to the corner, and doctor looked at it and said he's okay to carry on, and Charles' corner, and Charles said no, they wasn't having none of it.
Really? Yeah. I think they was
a bit shocked at Spider's power. Yeah. He's got very sharp hands, and he's heavy-handed as well. He don't look like he's heavy-handed, but he actually is. But so I was welcome to the program. 49 seconds of the first round.
Oh, very well. He's got a great physique, Craig. He's who does he remind me of? A little bit of Tava when he was younger. His sort of build. He's tall, but he's not bulky. But he's still very muscly. He looks like
he's very muscular. He's a bit like he's a bit like a throwback. He's a bit like Thomas Ernst.
Yeah.
And I've watched a lot of Thomas Ernst fights in the Agla Duran, Leonard days, and we style a bit of his. We're moving towards that style because he's got great feet as well, really quick feet, and I'm sort of like moulding him into it. Although he's got his own individual style, we're sort of going towards that mould of like the great Tommy Ernst. But the thing with him is he walks about. Obviously super middle's 12 stone. He walks about 12 stone 1, 12 stone. And I was saying to him, getting into this camp, you made the fight at 12-3, 12-4. And I was saying to him, you better get some food in you, which is unusual for a fighter.
Yeah.
We'll be bulking him up. But it was alright. Charles coming a bit heavy anyway. Spider coming at 12 stone 3. I think he walked in at 12 stone 7, 12 stone 8.
Yeah.
Which is a bit thin because we had 5 weeks for notice for the fight, but we took the fight. There was no problem with the weight. We didn't mind giving away 4 or 5 pounds. But overall, I was really pleased with his performance. Adam, really pleased with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. He's trying to do something a bit different as well. I spoke to him yesterday. He's like, I want to bring my own style to it. He really wants to make a statement.
Yeah, he don't care. He's full of confidence. He's really confident in his ability. Spider's been out and sparred Gabriel Rosado and give him all sorts of problems. He sparred 6 rounds with John Ryder before Ryder's fight. And as much as I've got a lot of praise for John and his style, you couldn't get near him.
Really?
He's got really long arms. He's got really long stiff jab as well. I think he's going to be a worrying thing for a lot of super middles out there, especially domestically.
Yeah.
With Buglioni and them super middles, 5-6 fights down the line without rushing him too much. He could mix it with any of them. Tom Baker, Buglioni, Lee Markham. I'll chuck him in with any of them.
Oh right, okay. Well, that sounds.
Yeah, that sort of Southern English title level. He's ready. Do you know what I mean? He's really at that level, really.
Brilliant. Yeah, he said he wants to get back in the gym next week.
Yeah. I'm due to go away tomorrow. He phoned up yesterday. He said to me, "What should I do this week?" I'm away. I said, "We can have a little rest." He went, "All right, I'll do me 15 mile because my fighters have to do 15 mile."
Yeah.
In a week road work, so he's rearing to go again. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, good. Well, good for him. Good to see he started off well. And what else happened? Ben Hall came. Good win. Looked nasty out there actually. He really wanted to do some damage to his opponent. That was he must be happy with that.
The saying of the week with Ben Hall was spiteful.
Yeah. He was
a little bit of spitefulness sometimes in his fights, and he's had a few problems that we were trying to address. As you know, I spoke to you before when he fought Simon Emery, then when he fought Ryan Toms, and we couldn't work out why he sort of died towards the end of the fights. But we seem to have addressed it. First of all, I got hold of his diet. And I said to him, "Look, what you eat in both his parents' work." He was living with his parents, and he was sort of like living on Weetabix and beans on toast, I think.
Oh, right, yeah.
So first thing we addressed was his nutrition. Then I got him Sean Ryder, who's a sports psychologist and performance teacher. And then we got him Freddie Brown to do strength and conditioning. And I just stayed with him techniques in the gym. And I think the four things have all come together. But again, with Ben, his opponent pulled out a week before. He was supposed to be fighting against Couch, the Southpaw, because I wanted him to have the returns with Ryan Toms, so that would have been a good fight, but he pulled out. Lewis Van Pooch come in a week's notice. Albeit Ben's fight was originally made at 11-3. Lewis Van Pooch coming at 11-11 because he campaigned at super middle. Ben Buck's great. The first round he caught Van Pooch with a right hand over the top of the slow jab, put him down, dropped him, flash knockdown. All credit to Van Pooch, he got off the floor. Second round he tried to load up a bit. Ben went back to his old style, calmed him down in the corner, got him back to his boxing. Dropped Van Pooch with another shot that had been working out with a feint uppercut and the right hand to the body. Got Pooch to lift his hand up, dropped him again with a body shot. And the fourth round with a fake right hand to the body and caught with a left hook, and it was all over. Nights out, fourth round.
Excellent. Is that so? You just want Ben? He's got a lot of ability, and I've seen him in the gym, and he does. I've seen him in the gym. He punches. He's got a bit of a whack on him. It was nice to see. It was nice to see him transfer that.
His punching power's phenomenal, Adam. Ben would give any sort of any light middle in this country problems.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, he was sparring out of Marbella with the Albanian who'd done 11 rounds with Sergio Martinez, and Ben hurt him. Seriously hurt him. And he's been sparring with Verico Chank coming up to this fight. Eric Intrain, sparring with John Ryder, and he causes all his sparring partners. He causes all sorts of problems. With his power, he sit on the ropes and no one rushes into him. He's got phenomenal power. He's got power. His power was like a super middle power for a light middle.
Yeah, he does. Because I remember when I was up in the gym and my head turned to, you had Wally Camacho there who can punch, and Ben was doing just as well, so that's good. It's funny, you talk about you bringing in like nutritionists and sports psychologists and things like that. You seem because you're like you manage your fighters as well. You seem very interested in collaborating with other people to get the best out of you guys.
I do, Adam. I think it's the way forward. Although I go back to my training techniques is very similar to Tony. We train a lot of 1950s fighters through to the 70s fighters. We work a lot on styles like Tony Zhao and Sugar Ray Robinson and Graziano and Lamotta and sort of fight boxers and etc. Going through T. Earns, Leonard Durand, Corrales Castillo, them sort of fighters going through them things. I watch them fighters, but you've also got to keep up with the times. A lot of people go, well, they never had that in the 50s, they never had that in the 60s, albeit they never, but time's changing, and what seems to appear now, the opponents never had it then, which they have now.
Yeah.
Most opponents you get into now, they've all got conditioning coaches, and they've got a nutritionist, so, it's a matter of moving with the times, I mean, our fan Sean Ryder, the sports psychologist for Ben, and I said, Ben, look, why don't you go and talk to this guy? And we worked round. I sent him to the hospital. I had a blood test on him in case he was lacking in something, because he was fading later in the fight. But what we've done is now we've seemed to address the problem, and even in the pre-fight, when he came out after the fourth round, he was not even breathing one bit. It was like he just done a 3-minute workout on the bag.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's interesting, actually, because it can be. I've been to like sports psychology things before, like events and stuff, and it's interesting. Like, it can just be a little thing in your mind. You can be, because I've seen Ben in the flesh, and it's phenomenal, the shape he's in. Like, he's cut like anything. So
yeah, he's phenomenal. And do you know what I know? He's a good kicker. He learns. He's like a sponge. I mean, he's only just turned 22. He never ever goes over a stone over his weight, over his fight weight. He always walks about 12 stone, 12 stone 1, something like that. He's fighting at 11.3, 11.4. I mean, he ain't made championship weight yet, but I mean, he'd do that no problem on the day before weighing. But he's very disciplined on his weight now. He's getting educated about the food, the importance of the food. You know, of the 40% carbohydrate, protein, 20% fat. He's listening, and he absorbs it all in, and it's working. You know, but whoever was in front of Ben on Thursday night at your call would have gone the same way.
Yeah.
At his sort of level, he was absolutely, he was on a mission, and he boxed unbelievable, and he kept his boxing composure as well. I mean, really, really pleased with him.
Brilliant, mate. Excellent. And moving on to your newest signing, Lucien Reid. He got a good win. It wasn't that easy for him, though, was it?
No, little lethal Lucien. We were struggling to get him an opponent, to be quite honest. I mean, we was working on it for because he was one of the first ones put onto the O2 Raw Challenge show. Yeah. I was working with the matchmakers, Neil Bowers and John Michusian from Metro. We couldn't find him an opponent, and and I said we were fighting at 9 stone. He's a super bantam, which is 8 stone 10. So I didn't want him his first fight being drained down to his fight weight, but we was really struggling, and they come out with this opponent, Elimir Raphael. I looked at his record. I said, the guy's had 126 fights. Albeit he's lost 90 odd and 140, but he's been around the block a little bit. He's a tough kid.
Yeah.
He fought Marco McCulloch. He's fought just Pritchard. He don't really get stopped. And I sat down with Lucien. He had a little niggle in his hand. Lucien he'd done a week before sparring with Ian Bailey, so I was a little bit concerned. But we had a little talk about it. I said, look, go out there. Don't look for the stoppage. Get the rounds out. Use your speed and that. And he's a tough kid. He was fighting, and he come back after the third round. I said, look, Lucien, you're going to have to switch around to this kid's body, because you're going to do damage on your hand and his head. And he caught him with a lovely body shot. I mean, he caught him in the third round with a body shot, and he caught him with a body shot in the fourth round, and the guy's waist went where his head should have been. He doubled him up.
Yeah.
Great body shot. The referee stepped in a little bit too late, I think, but he stepped in. It was a good stoppage. And after the fight, he said, I don't want to be left out of the gym. Bill and Spider getting the stoppages. So, what a great debut.
Yeah. What a great debut. Brilliant. Well, I spoke to Jimmy about a week ago, and he was saying you have a real healthy competition in the gym, which they all seem to spur each other on.
Yeah, we do. We do a lot of circuits, and I do a lot of count circuits. So we do like a step up burpees, squat thrust circuits, and I do it on the stopwatch a minute. How many reps they could do in a minute? So always competing against each other. Obviously we do a lot of track work.
Yeah.
800s, 400s, 200s, 180s. So they're all competing with each other on the track. And I think it's healthy to have that competition. Yeah. Because they're always against each other. I mean, Lucien's an absolute natural athlete anyway.
Yeah.
So he's like the one they're all going for.
All right. Okay, cool.
The circuits and the track work and the running work. I think it's good. I mean, it's healthy to have that sort of competition in the gym, and the thing. And it's a bit of banter goes on in there as well.
Yeah.
And it's healthy, and I'll get on really tremendously well in there as well.
Excellent. Well, we spoke the other day about how you've had a real turnaround in the gym. Obviously, Waddy's taken a break, and And yeah, one thing I did want to kind of clear out is the thing with Tyler Goodjohn, because when I came up to the gym, I only wanted to touch on it, but he just signed a contract with Matchroom, and then I heard some things that he was going to be moving up to welterweight. Would you mind kind of clearing that up for us, Pete?
Well, Tyler sort of obviously won the English title with Boyland.
Yeah.
We've done a deal with Matchroom for Tyler to box Tibet. And the loser, obviously because he vacated the English, the loser would then fight Boyland. The winner out of Boyland and Tommy Martin for the English title again. Tyler obviously lost against Tibet, got beat against Tibet. Yeah. So he was obviously mandatory to fight Tommy Martin for the English title again. He come back in the gym quite heavy, as he normally does. He walked back in the gym about 13 stone. Yeah. And told me that he didn't want to make light welter no more. He couldn't make the weight no more, which is not surprising when you walk back in the gym at that weight. But I was a little bit in a disagreement with him. I don't think there's nowhere for him to go welter. I spoke to Matchroom. Eddie really was not too keen at him fighting a welter. I mean, with the likes of that Tamuka Mucha, who just disposed of Eric Ocheng.
Yeah.
And even Eric Ocheng at welter, Sam Egerton, you know what I mean, for Johnny Garnt was a Southern Area champion that time. From the Southern Area champion upwards, I couldn't really see the point of where Tyler would go. He's not a light puncher at light welter. You know, he got stopped by Everett at light welter, who just recently sadly got disposed of by Dave Ryan. So that was a sort of like disagreement with his weight, you know. I don't think apart from him making weight, I don't think you can make welter to heavy at 10 stone 7 if you're walking back in the gym at 13 and a half stone.
Yeah, that's still
I like my fighter to come in a stone over, walk about a stone over or a stone and a half overweight. And that sort of like started the sort of problems really, you know. I mean, Tyler's a lovely kid. I took him out under my wing, you know, like he's my own son. I mean, there's been times when I actually put him before prioritising before with my own children when I was in university, and you know, I had family dates to go out with my family, and I put Tyler first over the last 2 or 3 years that he'd been boxing, and we had a sort of like small disagreement within the family. Me and Tyler didn't have really a bust up really. I mean, I've heard a couple of interviews he's done. He's about a bust up and better fall out. I didn't really, you know, remember when he sort of bust up, and it was to do with other things outside the gym with family. But anyway, and that was it really. And he decided to move back to Cambridge. Told him he was going to call it down his career over rest. I really, really, sincerely hope that he doesn't box again.
Really?
I think the kid takes too much punishment. I think he hasn't got the power to stop, you know, someone and walking through him. You know, I discussed it with Tony the other day, who told him to retire 2 years ago. You know, and I think he achieved at his highest pinnacle, winning the English title. You know, I spoke to Eddie, and he said, you know, I think he overachieved really winning his title. I don't think he'd go any further than that at any weight division. You know, he was a crowd pleaser, Tyler, and a lot of people say, you know, I hope he comes back, Obviously, fight fans and television fans don't mind it, but, you know, watching a bit of blood and guts, but I sincerely hope he doesn't come back, and I really wish him all the best in wherever he does in the future. But as for Tyler to come back to box, you know, I sincerely hope he does, because he's a good-looking kid. You know, he's a nice kid, and I don't really see where he could go or where he could achieve at any other weight, really.
Okay, mate.
That's about it, Adam, really.
Yeah, cheers for clearing that up. Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. Talking about the future of the guys you've got, now the weekend's passed, like, Eddie Hearn was talking about this on using Anthony Joshua as an example, and he says they sort of rethink what they're going to do every time you've had a fight. Does that work with you in your fighters? I know you're at a different sort of, they're just getting started, but like Craig, for instance, he looked phenomenal. Do you sort of think, oh, maybe I could move them on a little bit further, or you know, take him a fight further down the line?
When Tyler pulled off the York Orbital, I phoned Eddie and said, Eddie, look, Tyler's retired. There's a space now at your call. Can it possible that one of my fighters take the space? He said, what are you talking about? I said, well, I've got 2 kids off Jimmy Cooper, or obviously these new kids by the Richards that I'd already sent Eddie a video of before I signed him when he was going into the ABAs. And he said, well, it's a week show. Is Jimmy Cooper going to sell the tickets from Southampton on a Thursday night coming up to your call? Blah, 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 blah. How do you think Craig Richards would do? What's his sort of background? So I said, well, I think he'd be all right. So he said, look, as long as he can sell 100 tickets and he covers his thing, I don't mind. I'll put him on the show and we'll have a look at him. I think he sold 146 tickets.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Oh,
so he got quite a big following. It's a shame he didn't see too much of him, really. I mean, he did watch for 49 seconds and he was well impressed. And he'd seen him spar a couple of times down into the Matchroom gym. So I'm thinking it'd be too difficult to get him on another show now.
Yeah, okay, mate.
So I'll have to sit down with Eddie, obviously, when I come back next week and see where we go from there. But obviously, he's just starting out on his first career. He's open promoted, but hopefully now Eddie give him another slot.
Yeah. So is that obviously with Ben, Jimmy, and obviously Lucian's been signed up straight away though, from before his debut. Are you that must be a big part of your job, trying to find the right promotional deal. But it sounds like you get on quite well with Matchroom and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I do get on quite well with Matchroom, and I sell quite a lot of tickets personally.
Oh, do you?
My fighters are on the show, I've a good following. My relations in laws, I've got a pub in Old Harlow, and we do a lot of tickets out there for the shows.
Oh, cool.
So, which is quite a good thing, because at the end of the day, it's a business for Matchroom, and they don't be paying fighters purses and sort of like get revenue back. But I just hope I can get them all on now, and get moving forward now. They're all young guns, as the show said the other day. They're all good prospects, and I'll just wait till Eddie now. I'll talk to you when I get back and see where we go from there.
Excellent. Well, one other thing on your stable I actually wanted to ask. You talk about it was when we were talking about Ben, about sort of intelligence, and I've met I haven't met Lucian and Spidey yet, but I've spoken to him. I've met Jimmy a couple of times, spoke to Ben a few times. It seems to me, from where I'm standing, sort of your new way of signing a fighter, you look for young lads with a bit of intelligence.
Yeah, I think two things I look for now is in a fight, if I'm sitting down and talking to them. One is a bit of intelligence. Ben all lacks it in abundance. That's why we call him Forrest Gump. but he's a lovely kid. The main thing I look for is that their egos ain't too big. I like them confident, but not with great big egos, because when egos go, careers go. The second thing I look at now, from experience, Adam, is if a fighter can punch. Because the pro game is such a hard profession to be in. I look at it now, if you get a fighter that can naturally punch, you can actually power, you can teach him how to box to a certain limit. I mean, for a perfect example is Lee Purdy. Lee went to Tony. He was as raw as an onion.
Yeah.
He was technically not great, but he had phenomenal power for his weight, and I think that's the main ingredient that I look at now.
And a real sort of like will to fight.
They can really walk and fight, and they've got plenty of art, and they've got half a bit of intelligence, and they've got that power. Because without power, you can only hit a certain level in the pro game. Albeit example Tyler.
Yeah.
Unless you've got that absolute concussive power or hurtful power, you're only going to hit a level. And I look at fighters now, and I've learned this from Tony. And unless a fighter's really going to win a British title, it's too hard the game to come into. Yeah.
Okay, mate. It was good to get your thoughts on that. Have you got any other signings on?
I've got a few that I'm looking at when I come back. I won't tell you their names yet, in case it don't work out. But I've looked at a couple of England internationals.
Ooh, cool.
So I'm going to be looking at them when I come back, and I'll see where I go. I'll probably only take another one or two I don't think Waddy will come back.
Oh, really?
His wife's due to have a baby.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
There might be for a fight for him later in the year. I think they're trying to do a fight against Jamie Hearn, just a one-off fight for him.
Yeah.
And that's it really. I've got Dean Byrne out on the 27th of June in Blackpool, fighting Davey Avianza. I think they've already trying to make the fight after that against Peter McDonough.
Oh, okay.
For the Irish title, so he's got 2 fights sort of panned out. And that's about it really. And after that, I'll be talking obviously to Eddie when I come back. I know there's a show on the 28th of July. I think he's in Manchester. I'm hoping to get Lucian on that.
Oh, cool. Brilliant. Excellent, mate.
That's as far as I know at this minute.
Brilliant. Well, moving forward at quite a pace, it seems to be.
Quite fast, yeah.
I met you. It's not even that. It's only a few months ago in like the turnaround. It's crazy. Well, brilliant. Well, finally, mate, I just wanted to get your views on what I thought was a great evening of entertainment at the O2. Obviously, you were involved in a lot of it. First of all, we spoke about Lucian, Kevin Mitchell fighting against Linares. Obviously, you're working with the cut. If you wouldn't mind telling us a little bit about your thoughts during the fight, like it was a really bad one, and I thought Kevin was fighting really well. I felt really sorry for him. He showed some great heart, and the crowd were great. I thought he was going to win it, to be honest. Is that what you guys were thinking in the corner, like after a few rounds?
He showed some fantastic heart, didn't he? You know, Kevin Mitchell obviously got an injury on his nose in sparring out in Texas.
Yeah.
Wiki Burns there, and before going into the fight, I was my main concentration that the bridge of his nose was going to open up in, I think it was in the 3rd or the 4th round. It was a horrendous clash of heads. Linares got caught on the side of his head.
Yeah.
With a cut that started bleeding. Kevin got a horrendous, like a 2.5 inch cut on his eye, which opened up. It was really, really deep. I got him to address the cut, stop the bleeding straight away on the cut.
Yeah.
And kept it maintained, kept it under control. I think he went into the 6th or 7th round. He come back into the corner, and as he was walking back to the corner, I said to Tony, his other eye has gone, and his nose had gone. So I looked at his left eye, and he had 2 cuts in his eyelid, and they was next to each other. It was like it was done with like a big razor, 2 slices, which is actually a worse cut you can imagine because they're so close together.
Yeah. Oh.
So, you're trying to put them literally and swab into one, you've got the other one underneath, which you have to literally pinch them both together. So Tony went onto the left eye. I was working then on the right eye, and his nose opened up as well, which was quite bad. So his cut was quite horrendous, but none of the other ones was in danger of stopping the fight. In hindsight, if Kevin hadn't gone down and took a knee in the round, he got stuck and it was 10 seconds or something left in the round, the doctor would have had to stop that fight, which would have went to the scorecards, which after we found, I think the scorecards was 84, 86, 84, 86, 82, 88 or something like that. So it went up on the scorecards. So it would have went to the scorecards and Kevin would have won. But having taken the knee, because he obviously got the horrendous shot onto the eye, it was all damaged, which blew up into a giant swelling. The referee decided to stop the fight on the TKO, which evidently cost him the title.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to do it. I really thought.
Looks like a true warrior, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was amazing. Yeah, it's a real shame. I was.
It was draining for everyone, apart from Kevin. Obviously, he was absolutely devastated. His heart was broken. His face hit him down. But he called Linares for some great shots. It was shocking when Linares went down.
Yeah.
I don't think Linares thought he was going to be in that sort of battle with Kevin, and I just hope he heals up okay. His face heals up. He's a bit of pride in his heart heals up, and he comes back and he can go for another shot at world title. Because if there's one fighter, especially in our country, that deserves to come out of that sport with a world title, it's Kevin Mitchell.
Yeah, fully agreed on that. Yeah, his last handful of performances have been excellent. He's been doing really well.
Yeah, so. the way he disposed of Daniel Estrada was phenomenal. Estrada was a known tough, South American fighter, and Kevin disposed of him with ease. Yeah, if there's one fighter that deserves a belt round his waist, he's definitely Kevin Mitchell.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's all hope he gets back soon. And then we've got another great fight. I thought it was stopped too early, actually. John Ryder against Nick Blackwell. What were your thoughts on that? You were in the corner.
John Ryder was winning that fight up until the 5th round, 6th round. He was completely outboxing Nick Blackwell. I think Blackwell was having trouble with Ryder's speed, especially with his jab. I don't know what happened. I think Ryder started losing, and he's become one-dimensional. Started losing the speed and sort of like the dominance in his fight. I think he got caught with a shot. Blackwell caught with a shot. Was it the 7th round?
Yeah, it was the 7th round. Yeah, it was the 7th. Yeah.
7th round. I think the problem with Johnny is that he's never been out. I've never seen Ryder hurt in sparring or in any fight. I think he was like in a bit in shock.
Yeah.
He was caught with a shot. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know to hold. He didn't have to take a knee, and he just stood upright. And Blackwell obviously caught him again and again and again and again. John went back in a straight line to the corner, and Howard Foster jumped in. I mean, some people argued that it was a bit early, the stoppage. Some people think the stoppage was on time. I would really like to comment, really. I think Ryder might have got, if he took another shot, really close to the bell. I'm not really sure how long there was left in that round, but albeit it was a stoppage, and it was his second time at the British title.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where John's going to go from there. I think that's Tony's ultimate decision. So, but
okay, mate.
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
All right, cool. Well, brilliant. Were you involved? Oh yeah, Anthony Joshua. That we made easy work of that, didn't he? That was
easy work of that, wasn't it? Easy work.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. Actually, one thing I want to talk. In the first round, and he knocked him out, and then the ref said he stopped it. And then Clifton Mitchell and that just picked him up, put him on his stool again, and started chucking a load of water on him and saying, "No, it's not stopped." Did you notice anything?
I couldn't work out with that because we was getting to the ring to celebrate the stoppage. It was on the bottom rope, head out the ring, half unconscious, and I just thought the referee. Did you think the referee stopped it?
Yeah, I'm positive he did. And then Clifton Mitchell wasn't having it, so I don't think he wanted to argue. I was really surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, it was really confusing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was weird. Yeah.
Perhaps he had a bet on the second round or something.
Yeah, maybe.
He come out in the second round, got pulverised, didn't he?
Yeah, it was. To be honest, yeah, I didn't think anything. I know he's done quite well before, but Joshua, I don't know. He's just.
Do you know what? I was watching the fight, and I remember Joshua hitting with a jab, and it was a straight, stiff jab. And the look on Johnson's face was like, oh my God. It looked like someone had just shot him in the head.
He looked worried.
He couldn't believe the speed and the power with which he connected.
Yeah.
He was like, he was shocked.
Yeah, it was...
He was like a rabbit in the headlights, but after that it was all over.
Yeah, well, it's everyone's talking about Anthony Joshua and like he hardly ever gets any rounds because no one can give them to him. Some people say like, oh, he hasn't been matched properly. Like you know him, you've worked with him quite closely. How do you think they're dealing with Joshua at the moment?
I mean, I think they're dealing with Joshua. Right, so the problem with Anthony is he can't fight people at the bottom level because he gets criticised, and the people at the top level don't want to fight him because he take the prosperity of their career away from him. Yeah. So he's not stuck in the middle. Where does he go?
Yes,
it's I mean, you try and get an heavyweight who's ranked like 3 or 4 in the world or something. They go, what you fighting Anthony Joshua? I think in their full mind they're going to think, well, if I fight Anthony Joshua, my career's going to be finished.
Yeah.
And I've worked 4 years to get where I am.
Yeah. So if you play. Living in a country.
What you've got to do is you've got to go along how he's going now until he's actually made mandatory, and actually the top 5 or top 6 would have to fight him. And I think that's the route he's going to have to go. I mean, I think a good fight for him to be next will be probably someone like David Price. Yeah,
that'd be a great fight. I think that'd be a great fight.
Whether Price will take the fight yet or not, I don't know.
Yeah, being true, I can't see it, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe Sowlands and Matchroom work quite closely, so maybe they're building.
They do, yeah. In the same car, they work quite closely, really, don't they?
Yeah, so that would
maybe they put it on, maybe not. But then again, David Price fights Joshua, he's been beat by Thompson twice. His career's done.
Yeah, I'd say so. He's not
Does
going
he
to
really
get.
want that fight? I don't know.
Yeah.
Although he's a dangerous opponent, David Price. He's big and he's a heavy puncher. But I think his heart will be the same.
Brilliant. Well, excellent. It's good to get all your. Were you involved in anything else? No, I think I got it all. I got it all.
No,
yeah.
I think you've got it all.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Well, mate, thanks so much for coming on. I've taken so much of your time, mate.
That's all right, no problem, mate.
It's been wicked to talk to you, and we'll catch up with you very soon, mate.